Fact or cap? Let's test this right now to see if it's real or fake. So honestly, guys, I don't think it's gonna work. I've never it just seems a little too fishy. But we're gonna get right into it. So first, you're supposed to get your Coke or soda, pour it in there. Get your baking soda. I got the OG Arm & Hammer. Pour a lot of that in there. Get it up in there. Oh, and then you're supposed to get your let's try not to make a mess while we're doing this. And you're supposed to get your toothpaste. Last bit of this one's in here. It only takes a little bit, guys. There we go. Right. Alright, and I forgot my spoon, so we're just gonna stir it with the hand, making it work. Okay, yeah, it's still working, so. Alright, now we're gonna put it in the microwave for 1 minute. Make sure you guys hit the red plus for part 2.
So I've got a problem. Every time I go to the store, I get ambitious to cook something and it ends up in my freezer for months, like this duck breast. I've never cooked duck breast before, so I thought, you know what? It's finally time. I took it out of its packaging and then pat it dry. I confidently started seasoning it with salt and pepper and then promptly remembered I needed to score the skin. Jeez Louise. We were off to a great start, so I did the first score and it was way too deep. On the second one, I went a little bit lighter, still deep, but a bit better. Third score was more of what I was looking for. I scored them both ways, and then it was ready to finish seasoning. Salt and pepper on both sides, and then it was time to cook. I was deciding between a non-stick pan and the stainless steel, but since this is my first time cooking the duck breast, I wanted to minimize the risk of messing up the thing. My record isn't the best with stainless steel, so non-stick it is. I'm going to render out the fat in the cold pan and turn the heat to medium. I kept telling myself to stay patient and not to up the heat because that's when things go south. And this right here is about 6 minutes in.
This just happened while I was grabbing something out of the cabinets.
And don't be like me and stack a ton of stuff in your cabinets that fall out when you open the door. So I think it's slowly starting to get to where I want it to be, but I want to save some of this duck fat for something else. I poured some out and then flipped the breast. Pretty good crust if I do say so myself. I kept the heat on medium since it's a thick piece of meat and I want to make sure to cook it through. Just added a little butter to baste it and a few smashed garlics. I checked the temp and it was at 103 degrees Fahrenheit and I'm looking for 130 for medium rare. More basting because it's fun, and I already know some people in the comments are going to say I flipped this thing too many times, which is true, but I didn't want it to burn. Okay, so I got 127, which I'm happy with since it'll continue cooking a little as it rests. I gotta admit, I'm pretty proud of how it looks at this moment, but really it's all about how it looks when I cut into it, and obviously how it tastes. I let it rest for 8 minutes and then sliced it. Whenever I've had duck at a restaurant, it's been thicker pieces, so that's what I'll do. And I'm very happy with how this turned out, an even medium rare throughout. With the light seasoning and butter, I was able to taste the duck breast. I think next time I'll add a little rosemary and thyme and maybe some chili oil or flakes. I'm just relieved that I didn't burn or overcook this.
We're gonna start with 1 brick of marble cheese, and on top of that, we're gonna add some Velveeta cheese. Now I'm gonna add in some cooked egg noodles, and we're just gonna do this all around the cheese. And on top of those noodles, we're gonna add 3 cans of cream of mushroom soup. This is gonna be our sauce here. And on top of the mushroom soup, I'm gonna add 2 cans of chunk light tuna. And I've just seasoned the tuna a little bit with some dried parsley. And now we're gonna add in some chopped white onions. And this is just gonna add a little bit more flavor and add a little bit of crunch. And on top of those onions, I'm gonna add some peas and carrots. And these are just some cooked peas and carrots that I'm using. And last but not least, just need to season this. And I'm starting with a little bit of salt and a little bit of black pepper and just a little bit of oregano. And there we go. Now it's time to bake this. And we're gonna put this in the oven at 400 degrees. And we really want that cheese to melt completely. And you wanna let all those flavors get acquainted with each other. So we're gonna take this and pop it into our oven. And we're gonna cook it for 15 to 20 minutes, depending on your oven. Okay, time to take out our casserole. Ooh, that melted perfectly. And it smells so good already. All right, time to mix this. Start with the cheese. Ooh, that's perfect. Need to mix this cheese in with everything else. So creamy and so hearty. So you can kind of guess where I'm going with this now. This smells so good. I wish you guys could smell this right now.
That smells amazing.
Smooth that all out, just like that. And now we're gonna take some more of that marbled cheddar cheese and just sprinkle that all on top. And there we go, that looks perfect. Now I'm gonna take some of these little goldfish crackers, dump them into a Ziploc bag. And I'm just gonna smash these up a little bit. And now we're just gonna take some of these and just kind of sprinkle them all on top of that cheese. It's gonna give it a nice crunchy outside. Now for the final touches, we're gonna use some of these little rainbow fish and we're just gonna place those right on top. And if you have picky eaters at home, this is a good way to trick them into eating their peas and carrots. Now it's time to put this back in the oven and we're just gonna put it back in for 3-4 minutes. We just wanna get a little bit of toast on there. There we go, we'll see you soon. Let's make sure I didn't burn those little fishies. Oh, that's good. Okay, we're good. We can take this out. There we go. Got a nice bubbly situation happening over there. That's when you know it's ready.
Wow.
This smells amazing. Let's get a nice big scoop. I know those fish are probably gonna fall off as soon as I pick it up. Ooh, look at that.
That looks amazing. All right, let's give it a shot.
Yeah, let's dig in.
Gotta get a goldfish on mine.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's probably gonna be really hot.
Perfect.
Mmm.
That is so good.
good.
Wow.
There you have it. Easy peasy tuna casserole.